Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a very special delight for you. Principe Guity Jr. will be featuring, along with some lovely other poets we have. Yeah, tonight's gonna be amazing. I think I'm gonna start us off. I had this idea for a poem I started writing this morning. So it's in a very rough state. I'm probably gonna make some changes, but here's what I got. I asked myself a question. Um, why am I a poet? There are several explanations for why I am a poet. I share bizarre central revelations, score high when I'm loaded. The second is more cryptic than the first. It's the reasons that song come in verse. This season is long, my belly hurts, believing in strong, friendly herds. The third's a little less complicated. The words I express leave me feeling intoxicated. These birds, high and blessed, believe we confiscated their songs to impress and relieve the fascinated. Where the wrongs less, where the wrongs are less left, or maybe even right. The fourth brings forth a new sight as I recite a gift of pure love and light. Being broken is the fifth reason I choose to write. Freeing spoken words from my lips, I chew with might. Swallow the hollow bits of my soul so I can spit them out for you to behold. The sixth reason goes beyond believing in myself. It's a feeling I must share to increase my mental health. I am a poet. I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm a poet, just like you. Make it
Wow, I'm a mother of a poet.
right. Yeah, I kind of like where it's going so far. It's got a decent start. I just gotta rework it a bit. Um, Coming up next on the mic, uh, for round one to spark us off, we got Messiah Paine. Me and this gentleman had a wonderful conversation the other day, man. I finally got to sit down with a one-on-one with you, man. Like that was consciousness expanding, man. That was a good chat, man. If you could bless us with some words, brother, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And the conversation we had was more than lovely. It was wondrous. And I'd like to share one new poem that I wrote, and it's called Consciousness in Freedom. When from death's insight, aesthetic, and laborious sentiment reclaims fractious conscience and ego and makes of it a breath engorged on the unpalatable tresses of release. One is left to ponder how could perspective, this parsimony of human struggle, evoke tranquility in a grip slowly surrendering to mortal intrigue? Fearsome and tumultuous, the final moments of consciousness seem to restore to your intuition a door that reifies life's impatient and dogged sense. When you realize that door is to shelter no human instinct, and to enter carries the weight of revelation beyond character and into life's utter resolution. For a moment or two, you furiously battle your sense that life, as infinitely tremulous and often sadistic as it's been, as absurdly redundant, as self denying as it's been, is coming to an end. Then what shatters you next needn't be understood, so much is told sincerely. The gravity of inevitability succors the weight of life. You move toward the door as if carried by fateful flight. All of the questions, heaven or hell, love and regret, wrong and right, slips through your thoughts just as your grip upon life weakens. Your sensation of battle with what cannot be changed comes to an end. The door opens. Tension and fear dissipate. You find yourself staring into aeons of universes generated with the levity of a Beethoven composition. Then a voice, as sweetly manicured as a sunflower blooms, speaks softly. It says, "This is the beginning, where home in your infinitude will never cease." As you enter the room of the open door, your body comes apart, bathing in absolving energy, and your consciousness travels to a space where a universe is just beginning to generate. Not a big bang, but a spreading of consciousnesses from the dead of other universes, growing organically into an Eden of stars, planets, and galaxies, as far as God's eye can see, built by and consisting of consciousness itself. Your consciousness spreads out, and you realize that you can hear all of this universe, see all of this universe, feel all of this universe. You and this universe are one. You then generate in your consciousness a form and image of yourself that emerges in freedom and find that other consciousnesses have done the same. And together, you all walk the vistas of this universe with as much patience as life, as you once knew it, denied you, toward the stars, to dance in paradise, where consciousness is finally and everlastingly free. Thank you.
Yo, I feel like that was inspired by the conversation we had. That was amazing. Do you have a second one for us?
uh, let's see. Um, sure, I can read this poem. It's called Self. Toward unassailable solitude, I endeavor to invent you, not an advantageous image, not a vision animated cursorily by others' eyes. No, where beauty most vivifies is in secret, and that is where I will form a special reserve, struggling to reconcile in faith, emerging wakefulness from cumbersome weariness. I will welcome what avenging dross may come, as the significance underpinning my work nearly edifies. Accusatory thoughts, abject feeling, regret, self-loathing. Silently I will stay the forge with a steady hand. The forge rests in the tentatively still place within that no eye beyond my own will meet. No one will see the failed models strewn on the walls of my madness, some ripped apart, others lovingly gathered against the wall for the memories and sometimes for an approximation. I had the blueprints, but I parted with them, for this creation must incite from a vision pure and inimitable. I have seen many representations, all evincing violent necessity, but none capture my indelible obsession with the absolute. As I work, intuition guides my thoughts with recourse to imperfection, so I leave the wounds where they lie, a self that under duress, as in happiness, recognizes meaning shaping the form. Now as is complete, the bellicose night stares through me, and in her unusual way, she nods and reveals the passage. I stammer to invite the word, beautiful. In her silence, in her stare like thousands of years to a moment, she sews my creation to her body, the eternal, excessive through darkness, and opening to me like a flower finally revealing its petals to the sun, or souls revealing their patterns to God. I am immortal as I walk the passage framing the earth in clearest starlight. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody unmute
Beautiful.
yourselves and give it up for
Woo!
Messiah
Woohoo!
Paine.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, so coming up on on the list next, we've got none other than Dre Reyes, who's actually going to be featuring next Friday for us. I know it's an open mic week, but we gonna throw him in there because the following weekend we're bringing back the Slam Jam. So next Friday we got Dre Rey doing a feature for us, and then the following Saturday, not the next Saturday after that Friday, but the following Saturday, May 10th, we're bringing back the Slam Jam. So yeah, Dre, if you want to tell us a little bit about that and go ahead and bless us with some words, we'd appreciate it, brother.
Hey, 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 yeah, it's me, it's that D-O-double-G, the H-O-S-T of the Slam Jam coming back in 2 weeks, the D-R-E about to spit poetry on this M-I-C. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Anyway, we got some poetry
Woo!
for y'all. Um, let's see. New shit, I call it fresh feces. It it's all the same thing. It's poetry. Anyway, here's something I came up with today, fresh out of the stomach. It's called Doom Mood. Do me, do me, do. Where are you? We have someone to doom now. Do me, do me, do. Where are you? We have so much to doom now. So much doom. There is no room to unpack any more doom in the storage room, I assume. Gloomy clown gown, costumed baby boomers, survivors of doomed mushroom cloud plume future, waiting for the big kaboom to finally go boom and consume all during a slum dog day afternoon, observing annihilation turning Earth into its playroom. The generational anxiety beckons for the bomb. They are tired of waiting for their fears to become reality, so their actions confess to speeding up the process, I guess. But I digress. The doomsday clock, ticking closer to midnight. Tick tock, tick tock. Boom doom, boom doom, until the last heart beats. Boom doom, boom doom, boom doom, doom doom, doom, doom. Doom, boom, poem. And here's one I've been kind of been messing around with, or throughout the week. A funnier piece, not as doom filled, but it's fun. I call it Top Guts. I am your unconventional swinger. No, not the type that changes horizontal dance partners on a semi-frequent basis with my significant other. No, not the type that is a licensed professional going around testing swings for playground safety. And no, not the type that swings a heavy chain over my head to assert my social distancing preferences in the style of Bruiser Brody. No. I got such a unique condition that doctors throughout my life had no idea how to go about diagnosing and supporting me. I have living, breathing chesticles. Yes, chesticles, and they have a mind of their own. I have fun sacks of fat dangling like lumpy Christmas ornaments year round on my tree like chest, defying science and logic with their sudden movements and growth. No, I cannot control my tits. My top guts are crazed top guns that occasionally like to dance rhythmically to specific sound patterns. Please don't play Funky Town near me, for I couldn't fall asleep for 2 days straight the last time. My chest was like a dance floor, and my boobies couldn't stop bobbing around. It's probably their favorite song. Also, don't play any Michael Bolton around me, please. Michael Bolton is a call to the wild. For my untamed tits, my testicular pair can't help but grow and spin to the sound of Michael Bolton's voice, propelling me to new sensations of fear and pain. I have ascended to hell and on occasion by the scientific anomaly of my anatomy, levitating a good 3 inches from the ground as my top guts are working overtime, keeping me afloat. People have asked me whether or not I should get them removed. But these mounds of flesh, they've been serious money makers, turning me into a street performance sensation, touring all around New England as a walking tourist attraction, and ranking in the top 1 percentile of all OnlyFans content creators. I guess you could say these genetic freaks of Twin Peaks I possess are both a curse and a blessing. Consider this your first and final warning. Poem, Dre Rey, out. Thank you.
Yo, everybody,
Woo!
give it up for
Yeah, that
Dre
was
Rey and his
awesome.
moves.
What was it? A boob testicle? I love
Yeah,
that.
his
I love
chesticles.
that.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, so like I said earlier, for those of y'all that just entered the room, next week we will be featuring Dre Rey, and then the following Saturday, not the Saturday after, Saturday, May 10th, we will be relaunching the Slam Jam. So make sure you're following the One Slam Jam on IG. Make sure you following Dre Rey 90. Yeah, everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Dre Reyes.
Woohoo!
And congratulations starting that show back up. That's really awesome. It's really good. I'm so proud. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Faizan, seems like you wanted to say something about his moves over there.
I just want to say that was amazing, Gray. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So thanks so much.
Definitely.
A pleasure. And
Dre will hit you with like the drama bomb, the crazy, this is what it is to be a human, and then but at the same time be like, you know what, but we're all gonna laugh at it and I'm gonna make it fun. He has a great way of
That's what it's
walking
all
that
about.
line.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like that item box in Mario Kart. You just never know what you're
Yeah, you
going to
don't know what
get.
you're gonna get. Yeah, it's that random
You're like
box
a
you're
box of chocolates.
Unless you're in last
yeah.
place and I'm like hitting you with the blue shell. I don't know. But yeah, I like to keep
But,
I
people on
love
their
that.
toes.
but we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate everything that you do, man. Coming up next on the list, we've got Alex Phuong and Mr. Bears there with him. Alex, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, so one time I actually did publish a haiku that's about Mr. Bear, so it goes like this. Mr. Teddy Bear, he is brown and soft and good, much more than a toy. Thank you, Mr. Bear. And I also want to teach everybody the Mr. Bear lifestyle. Wake up, be good like Mr. Bear, and then I go to sleep, and then I dream about Mr. Bear, and I wake up and be good like Mr. Bear. Thank you, Mr. Bear. Oh, and the second poem, like I figured out a way to blend Titanic with The Little Mermaid because they're both aquatic movies, so that's brilliant that I did that. Fundamental vessel. A hollow container, a Titanic ship, letting water purify through the willingness to try, to develop companionships that extend far beyond superficial acquaintanceships. And yet, while no one knows for sure what lies beneath the tip of an iceberg, filling a vessel really could be fundamental to be at harmony with the sea while marveling at its majesty. And if life under the sea could be like a fairy tale, then let salt water cleanse while making amends without worrying about pillars of salt, so that the heart of an ocean could soothe the human soul in a world that is truly whole. That's gorgeous.
Nice work, Alex. Everybody,
Wow.
unmute
Yes.
yourselves and give it
Woohoo!
up for Alex Phuong.
Alex.
Dude, yeah,
Mr.
man.
Boo.
Woo! All right, Alex.
So dope, so dope. So glad that you can make it. Um, so we're in a bit of a strange spot here. So we have um two other readers before the feature, but we have five people because two or three are tentative. So this is the list as is, but we got these tentatives. So if Shockie, if you want to read, you're more than welcome, and then we'll go to Terry, and then we'll do the feature. If not, we'll go on with the people who are here who are not tentative. Um, it all depends on who's down to read. But yeah, Shockie, if you could bless us with a piece, I would really appreciate it.
All right, let me see what I got here. Sorry. All right, I'll just do this piece. I've been working on it. You may have heard some of it before. Today, I wanted to write a love poem. I wanted to sit down my grief, pretend that love wasn't some obscure thing, intangible. But every time I try, I write your name, and I'm not quite sure love lives there anymore. But once I found a fountain at the splitting of your thighs and quenched my thirst. It was the first time I tasted how sweet a lie could be, how easily lust can be mistaken for love beneath high thread counts, convinced we were cut from a different cloth, woven together by the seamstress of time. In reality, we were blood-soaked rags, discarded after the murders of our ego and pride. I wanted to write a love poem and wrote a witness statement instead. Dry snitching. Wrote your name on the dotted line. It should be illegal for the way you lied about loving me and then leaving me there to die. But I did not die. No one wants to feel like the casket I bury my hope in. So I tried to write a love poem, and I wrote your name instead. I figured maybe if I write it backwards, I could reverse time and emit light in the moment right before we fizzled out. They say most of the stars in the sky are already dead. Maybe I should have practiced writing our obituary instead of our wedding vows. I'm much better at condolence than commitment anyway. Maybe if I write your name enough times, my heartbreak will contortion itself love poem. The only way my head lets my heart lead. One day, I will try to write our antithesis and write my own name instead.
Yo,
Wow, that was
that's
awesome.
Hey, that
Jeez.
was amazing. I only
Isn't
heard the
oh my
end.
gosh, amazing.
that's all you needed to hear. That I don't think, baby, I don't think you could have taken the whole thing, man. That, whoo, Shocky again. Don't Shocky and drive, y'all. If y'all gotta drive somewhere, mute yourselves, cause, whew. Yeah, if you got another one for us, man, we really appreciate it.
Um, so I have one that I did the other day that's almost exactly like what you were writing. uh, so it's called Why Poetry. Recently, a man asked me, why poetry? You ain't ever gonna get rich off it. He says wounds don't get to heal when you rip them open constantly. Asks, how dare you stand in front of a crowded room, a loaded gun, spitting bullets, and think you are saving lives? Why poetry? Why not surgeon or doctor or hell, you seem to think yourself therapist? Shit. 1 second. Someone called me in the middle of it. I tell him no, but the way we craft these poems is almost surgical. That poetry is therapeutic, but not therapy. I tell him poetry is not the wound. It is the stitch, the ointment, the scar after it heals. Sometimes it is the tourniquet and the amputation, but healing nonetheless. Because sometimes being the doctor after the suicide attempt is too late. I'd rather be the second thought, the little voice that says you don't want to die. You just want to live another life. Poet, because this is my other life. Poetry because depression, because anxiety, because society, because Palestine and Congo and Ukraine, because Muslims in China, because Black men in America, Black women in America, women in America. Fuck it, America. Because poetry be amazing grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Yes, poetry be gospel, y'all. Be church, be dancing in the aisles and praying in the pews. It's atheists at sunrise and self proclaimed God at sunset. Once, someone told me they don't believe in God, but they heard me read a poem that made them believe in themselves. And ain't that the same? Because once someone said they felt alone, but my book said me too, and now neither of us can ever be alone again. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying I poet. So when you say why poetry, I hear why breathe, why heartbeat, why exist. But then I wrote a poem that says, why not?
Fucking mic drop, breaks through the floor, enters the center of the earth, and now this world's a stronger place
Wow.
because
Damn
of that
it!
poem. Unmute yourselves and give it up for Shockie G, everybody.
Wow.
Oh my
Thank
Damn it,
you.
God.
Shockie!
Thank
Shockie.
Shockie,
you.
thank you. I
That
needed
was
that.
Oh my
great. I'm
God.
proud to be a mother of a
That
poet.
was incredible. I'm still trying to find words for that.
I know I
And
gotta
I'm
go back
just
now to that one that I read earlier.
I'm just
Scrap
really
the whole thing and start
thankful.
over.
I'm just really thankful to have heard that, and more people need to hear your work. Thank you, Shockey, for that particular piece. That was heavy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shockey, I really need to hear that today. That was
Ask,
so
Ray,
well
ask
timed,
me
so
why
healing.
poet, why breathe,
Ugh,
why heartbeat.
jeez.
Like,
Mm, yes, exactly. This is poetry is our way of life, and you just
I think that
gotta
was the
keep going.
concept that I was going on when I wrote mine, but like I ain't Shockie G, so like it didn't come out as dope. But I'm about to revisit the one that I
Don't do that.
Bef-
I
bef-
like yours too.
yeah. I love you
Yo,
so much, Shockie. Like,
Tom, before we go on with this open mic, if I may, I just would like to extend an invitation to Shockey to be a special guest coach in the
oh,
future for the Slam Jam, because that is the shit that needs to be heard. So I know that you're on Instagram. I would love to get in touch with you sometime soon. Let me know your availability, what's convenient with you, because I would love to make this happen.
yeah, I
So
think Shockey would make a really good guest coach. So Shockey, I don't know if you've been to the Slam Jams. They're coming back. May 10th is the next Slam Jam release. We did it for a couple weeks, and then we had to take a little hiatus. But well, each week we get a different guest coach. And there's a slam portion where we're not here to prove nothing, we're here to improve. So you can read your slam piece, and then if you decide to, you can have feedback from the guest coach of the week. And so it's pretty cool because you can come back each week and read the same poem, and you're getting different feedback from the different coaches. So you can really refine, right? Like we're not here to prove nothing, we're here to improve. And so like, yeah, like I want to extend that invitation too. If you're available coming up, I think we have the next like month or so booked. But yeah, if, holler at Dre if we can get you as a guest coach. That would be really dope, man. Because I know like you know what's up with Poet. Like you'd be able to provide some really good feedback.
Absolutely. Hit me in my DMs, and then I'll work something out.
That, thank you so much, Shocky. Everybody, unmute yourselves. Give it up one more time for Shocky G. Make sure you following Shocky on
Shocky!
IG at Shocky G
Shocky!
underscore the underscore poet.
Shocky!
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right. So we have one more reader before the feature, Miss Terri Rose Jurtson. Terry, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we'd appreciate it.
Do you guys want to hear poems from me, or they're shorts, or do you want to see some artwork and some like like one liners all combined into different pieces?
I kind of like the second option because I was confused by it. Do you need
Okay,
co-host so
screen
you can
share.
share screen? Yep, here you go.
Yep.
All right, you can now share screen. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second because I have to dig them out of the archives. All right. Actually, this is pretty good because it was one of the workshops. Shockey does a workshop sometimes. I think it's Wednesdays, right, Shockey? I don't know if it's every Wednesday, but this is one of the
Yeah,
concrete
just left.
poems I did.
Yeah, make sure you're following Shocky. Them workshops are dope.
So Violet should have her own reality TV show. She jumps on the couch as soon as I make the bed up. Every time anyone says the word cookie, she wakes from a deep sleep. The same happens if she hears the word WALK. We have to spell that one. But for the most part, she's always up for some fun. She is my first puppy love.
And you did that pencil drawing of her, correct? I know you're an
This
artist too.
is the little picture I did, that was a pen and ink drawing that's in my book, The Chameleon Chronicles, Words Never Spoken, which I'm
Yeah.
out of. I have to get more from Marissa. So yeah, this is just I made actually this art in Instagram stories. I
Awesome.
do a lot of my stuff in Instagram stories because it's fast. You want to see another one?
Heck yeah, we want to see another one.
Okay. And this is a golden shovel. This is another thing I did in Shockie's workshop. So the song "You Don't Bring Me Flowers Anymore." So those are the last words on every line. So I used to think I loved you. Now I don't. Cheap liar's cologne that you bring to ulterior or a forio emotive on me, but preferred honest scent flowers. Challenge to duel, no shots fired anymore.
You.
And one more, real quick. See what else I
Yes.
can dig up.
More.
Uh, this one's from a workshop that I did with another poet. To unfathomable depths, bringing consciousness to my shaded pools of hazel eyes. I'm misty breath, seductress of love. I am mistress of the night. Prefer emerging in the lack of light. I am evening after the sun has finished boiling the concrete. I am the moon that cooks the streets I am the moon that cools the streets, prepared them for my bare feet walking. I am kisses dark and sweet, my red velvet tongue intertwined with yours. I am dark wit laughing at my own jokes. I'm happy singing a song of loss. I'm poetic stories for the lost. I'm a guide in, whoops, in these turbulent times. Place your hand in mine. I am mahogany hair flowing without a care. I am black cherry ice cream mixed with pistachio and chocolate. I'm Napoleon Spumoni melting in your guilty pleasure mouth.
Yeah, Terry. Thank you so much for those pieces. Were dope. Yo, everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Terri Rose Jerton.
Yeah, Terry.
Yeah.
What?
All right, Terry. Oh my
Yes.
God. Whew.
All right. So, without further ado, we are coming up on our feature tonight. Y'all know him. Yeah, y'all know him as Principe. I know him as my brother. Principe has been coming to open minds for like, I think since pretty much like our first or second week. Like, Principe has been part of the family for a hot minute now. I'm so excited to finally get a feature. Um, yeah, so let me do the intro here. Principe Guity Jr. is a writer and poet from Washington State. He has been writing since 2017. His poetry was published in Fire and Dust, Spirit of Fire and Dust anthology in 2022, and the Mayari Literature's issue number 3, entitled Fire and Bloom in 2024. This is Principe's third published poem. He attends virtual and in-person open mics. Principe is looking to publish his first poetry book in 2024. You can find him watching YouTube, reading, writing, or at home here at Open Minds. Make sure y'all following Principe on Instagram. Without further ado, everybody unmute yourselves real quick and give it up for Principe Guity Jr.
Woo! Yeah, Principe. We're waiting for this.
All right.
Thank you. The first poem is called High School Reunion. Reunion. Fuck everybody. They live in the past, like a memory, probably gassed up by their ego. No need to see them. We weren't cool to begin with. So seeing them is a no-go. No love will be shown. It might be no love will be shown. They expect less of me. They might expect less of me. So I'm going to sit on Mount Olympus. I will tip the scale well. I will tip the scale and do well. The next one is called 9 to 5. I don't fuck with work. Why waste time with a 9 to 5? You never get polished. Everyone is complacent. The world teaches you to be robots. Ain't that something? I'm on cable lines, looking to jump from it all, jump into something called being creative and magical, like taking the scenic route to your destination. Because I got magical hands. And this one is called I Am. I am unique. I'm the God who never letting up. I'm different. I'm living my truth just to move forward. I've been insecure for God who knows how long. I'm ripping the layers off my soul so I can shine. I'm not stupid, but quiet and odd. I am disappearing into the abyss like nothing exists on earth. One is called ADHD. Wild thoughts running through my mind because my energy is racing. It won't stop. I'm an ADHD layered person. Yes, I will admit that. That's the first step to improvement. I know that well. Now it's time for me to go down the well of light and dark, my head burning with a million ideals and so much doubt. Like success and dope. I mean, my ideals are dope. Like my ideals are dope, like success and drugs. Yet, like a crazed Cujo, I lack self-control. So can I expect to meet my potential when I can't even act with determination? One of these days, I'll get it right. This one is called Lonely Heart. Late night sipping, late night sipping on Smirnoff and Cabernet. Got me crying about my mom and how I miss her. Need to find a solution to this. Close death will pinata you. Pray to God to end this loneliness. I want to share myself like trees and branches, being step ladders for animals. Dive in a pool full of peace. Please believe I'm far from perfect. Joyous moments in the bar, sitting at the bar in a calm state, feeling fancy while drinking red wine. Don't mind me. I'm just doing my thing. The bar is cool like jewelry. The bartender was smooth as butter, looking around and never down, eyes in mine in a vigilant state. I see no hate. Motherland, home is where the heart is. Yet, my heart is far from home. What was once home is a distant memory. The place where my ancestors resided. My new home is full of flaws and beauty, passed down temper and stubbornness, a youthfulness so radiant that it outshines the sun. Yet, the motherland is never too far away. Remembrance of the past. It's been 10 years since I graduated high school. Now, I'm at the crossroads of heaven. I'm not dying, but I'm flying, soaring high into a new planet. Wherever I land is my destination. No sense in having a high school reunion when we never clicked or ticked on the same schedule of life. Besides, we wouldn't remember one another. I'm a blimp in your memory bank. Like a teacher on the last day, I wish you well. Once upon a time, the happy kid he once was, now his face was twisted. He hates himself, placing values on others' views as if their words hold weight, like the soil we plant our nourishment in. He was stuck with anxiety that made his blood boil. He worried about the future. He lost his way and purpose. He's antisocial, so he stayed away from others, very far away, but he loved to have fun. Wintertime, frozen, frigid temperatures settle and nestle in the night. The cold air touches me with a brush of it on my flesh. Bare in the midst of it all are the evergreen trees, dangling branches hanging from the evergreen trees. Suddenly, a bitter breeze sweeps across the branches. Vast amounts of birds flying with massive power to the south, running from the cold to keep warm for the winter. Hibernating organisms hide in preparation for winter. Beautiful nature is a wonderful and bountiful force to be reckoned with. Nana, selling 16 years ago, Nana, with the earth, more like passed away. More specifically, it was a stroke. Nana's life was moved by ups and downs, no runaround, stubborn as they come, strong as well. Those Texas eyes had stories to tell, not to sell, but to inspire. Nana's life was harder than mine. One day, mind her mind for a school assignment. But the day she died, She made her bed with God. God playing my summer weird. How odd. I took a trip to New York to see my dad's family. The day she died, I found her head face down on the table. In my maze of a mind, I was bended by the moment, but called 911 in a state of shock. The funeral was draped in tears, love because of a dove called now. This one is called York. Imagine being York, the frontiersman man who helped guide the corpse of discovery into the frontier on a long, treacherous journey to the northwest. At best, he was the nucleus in the next. You can't never discount the value he added. The net press can tell you that. So much so, they called him Big Medicine. He even saved William Clark and Sacagawea from the depths of danger. Valuable to many, worthy of praise. His loyalty was gold. He was a shimmering and glowing sunshine. Sunshine on America's trail of truth. More like moonlit because he glows in the afterlife. America. Everyone counting sheep is counting themselves. They are the sheep, so they must be asleep. America is the country that drowns you in a struggle for money. Sleepy, some of it are. It's sad. People believe in rumors and jump on board. Follow what I'm saying? Forever chasing fantasies as if they're lifesavers. Not needs, but wants. Materialism and lies. Night Symphony. The night was young, and evening air floated so omnipresently around light. All around was darkness. Glimpses of the light shine through the small cracks in the sky. It's the light from the moon ascending. Finally, I soak in the quiet symphony of the air. This same symphony tamed over my grace and mind as I sit under the moon. As the symphony waits for the moon to ascend and blanket the sky. Never letting go. I used to feel good and then you left me. I can't let go. You gave my life success. You are out of reach. You still hold my heart. I wish you were here. My mind on you. Love is still strong. Never letting go. The scent of your beauty made my heart grow fonder. Pain run deep. My heart is wrapped in a vest. What's worse, me on earth or you in heaven? Living in peace now. I'm moving on. I look at the sun and I think of you. Blooming fall. fire, there's a fire blooming in every soul. Within every soul is a lumen light, ready to show itself worthy of praise, to be raised like liquefied libations, time to let loose and lose your inhibitions, have no limitations in your pursuit of your goals. No matter your readiness, the fire burning of your innermost thoughts burn on the outside of your fireproof apparatus. Your reality, remember the fire that burns in your soul. Tongues of the mother, tongues of the love languages. Hola, de donde eres? ¿Cómo te llamas? Gracias. There's several words that come to mind as I search the abiding memory bank of my double helix. I can hear it now, the Spanish flowing spaciously through the air. I traversed tracks of the conspicuous made within New York. I was the answer to 11 times 1. Seeing my dad's family was a vivid, vibrant time. Saw my padre, La Escuela, in the BX. Then exited 5 days later. Struggled studying romantic languages like Howard Hart's puzzle piece need to be put back together. Desire to learn, to know, so I can glow in the enlightened eyes of a glorious soul. To make love with words to others that cross my path, so I can attend to a cabernet colored heart, tend to with a more, give more with a more. $151 from take this right passage. I reflect upon the past. Indeed, it's a task. I'm learning and living life, trying to undo ancestral addiction that afflicts deeply. When I sip alcohol, I do it sparingly, sparing me a strong snug of it on my spirit, spearheaded by reminders of others, opiate negative experiences causing problems, laundry list of luring liquids crawl and fall near my thoughts of reflections of the past that passed me mightily. That's not the only addiction. Count in porn and sex. That's on me. The former before the latter. It's in the middle of my heart, like playing Ring Around the Rosie, just stumbling on stony steps of addiction because I've been afflicted. In the afterlife, I want to be remembered in the afterlife, be the sun at dawn, being able to spawn a magnum opus before I leave Gaia, to see the sky of Uranus, realize Zeus, provide society with fire, like Prometheus. Remember, remember me as a scribe. I arrive in the body, but will leave as a spirit. The spirit is immortal. First, I want to live lively in a hectic and erratic place called Earth. Magnetize mind to spark a craving curiosity. All this comes from a born sinner who got it better than that in this cold world with no blanket. I'm a late bloomer to say the least. I would never chase fame or fortune or success. I'd rather walk through the delicate door of the life. May I take the stock and love potency, pulling me closer to a God with a happy heart. Then I'll no longer plead for the devil's playground. My heart will yearn for spiritual sexuality. My heart will be full of the bowl of soup, and then I will be satisfied. Next one is called Kill the Ego. God killed the ego before I was born. Like Legos, I built a wall around a torn soul made from bits and pieces that I'm humble. Son, my mother, sometimes my heart rumbles, teary-eyed, being dyed by sadness caused by alcohol flowing freely in my system. I remember attending speech therapy when I was young. Today, poetry is my therapy. I stuttered too, so I remain humble. Still, I stumble on words like, still I stumble on words stuck between my teeth. I was in special ed in school. It's all part of my bio. Arrogance is a disease that bleeds, not lead. All around, people focus on the wrong things, like change, people swaying from thing to thing. Some look down on others, not a care in the world. Kill the ego. Love touches. The feel of a soft finger touching my sculpted body bring pleasure that gets better with each sensual touch to my body. It sends blood rushing and flowing to the golden key. The key that unlocks, it has me going from hoe to hoe. Those pink petals open this inner world to me. After all, after I drill her in the middle, I've been to drill her. The curves were poetry in motion. Sexual screams broke the screen in the air while she was shot to life, grabbing and holding onto me tightly. I left Jack and Jill in her vestibule of a sacred fortress. I look into her eyes passionately, and we smile at each other. Distant memories, burning lights under the eyes of a young man. Fire blooming never was there. It was bare as the rind of a bald head. I was carefree. I was the sun in my mother's life, watching Power Rangers on the TV set. Happy Meals filtered out the timeline of my youth. Everything was analog, memories written like a blog, silhouette souls from my past that were in the framework of my mind. Straight line, no missing pieces, just lost loved ones who glide in the cosmos, the ones that love me. Teacher, I can't forget, filled with wit, on the last day of 5th grade, I bawled my eyes out. High school were the days in my rhyme book, listening to people snap their fingers, the warm up, the cooking, the year I graduated, sparking the gradual rise of a famous rapper. in my adult years, I think back to those montage of memories as a distant memory. Dear me, how have you been lately? Dear me, how have you been lately? I hope you know everything you are, everything you is. Don't let your flaws be your downfall. Not everyone's going to like you, even in the after days of your. You can enlighten the frightened, the depressed, living with stress, starving hearts. Don't worry if love comes. Just love your uniqueness. Don't let detractors around you control you like puppets on a string. You're a devil and an angel. Play your cards like shuffle decks. Those scars on your heart may hurt, but don't let an emotional wound hurt you. Even though you learn almost everything on your own, don't be mad at the results. The sun, the colorful citrus in the sky is blooming bright. It is forming new eyes. In the dawn, it bonds with the surrounding air all around it. You can calmly heave as if you're meditating. I do this often while watching the citrus colored ball creep up to my view. I can't wait for the invisible stream to pull me along again, or else I won't walk the Cornelia Street of heaven again. Like a crystal ball is shimmering brightly. And I stand still, my racing thought come to a halting stop. Soon enough, I become one with the sun to be a jewelry upon the world. Ashes. I came into the world as an entity. My ashes will proliferate in poetry. I grew from silent places of hidden corners. My childhood was spent alone as if I was a castaway. Now I'm grown. Did the loud tone laid on my words. No bone to pick. Time to go tick tock every endless second. Remember me for my rightful words. Quivering, unseen spirits of people. My words are post-harmonious ashes. I'm gonna read one more poem. This is why love is dangerous. When it appears to be true, love you. As stacked cards. Some say they love you, but hide intention that if they're hiding hand but smiling to shield the lies. Love is dangerous after falling into eyes because they never lose a tight grip. Love is dangerous when you pass litany of flickering lights alerting you of incoming danger. You never pay attention, always attending to your heart's yearning. Next to you, you're in the tortured poets department. Here you are doing a recanter of a love yelping ubiquitously at the fiber of your being. It's leaving a signaling and never sanctified, it's leaving a signaling and never sanctified vision of your love. You're a chief with a swift swipe to the left, only loving your words and their impact. They pack as if they're MLG when J. Cole performing. Love is your voice of self-discovery. Thank you.
Thank you. Yo, hold on. We're not done with you yet. That was amazing. Thank you so much for that piece. Yo, what'd you just say in that last line? Just got you're just in a tortured poet's paradise. Like Prince P, you truly are amazing. You've been coming around to open minds since like for almost 2 years now, like since we started. And I think I only heard one of the poems from the future once or twice. Like you showed up every week, read two new poems. Like how many pieces have you written?
I don't know. Exactly, I don't know.
Like an estimate. I know you got your notebooks and stuff. Like it's amazing because you always come with fresh, like oh shit, dude. Yeah, we appreciate you so much. Again, everybody, do me a favor. Unmute yourselves and give all the love you got for Principe Guity Jr.
Woo! Thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic feature.
Woo!
My God.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah, Prince.
Yeah, you did it.
One after another, just dope pieces. Yo, we love you, Prince P. I made a comment too, like someone's got to make more pens because Prince P just melting them, just looking at them, them pens start melting, just that fire coming from you all the time, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. Thank you for being you. Um, yeah. If everybody wants to give it up or say anything else, give it up for your man. Give him all the love you got.
Your words are always so powerful. I absolutely love your poetry. Like it makes my day. Thank you so much, Vincey.
Thank you. Awesome.
It was absolutely mind blowing. There was like a little bit of everything in there. So that was really cool to see the feature because you know you get to see like a wider variety of poetry and it kind of gives you a broader picture of the poet.
Yes, definitely. That's why I love feature sets because it's like, people come every week and you're reading one or two poems and they're normally written near together or they'll go with the theme. I know I switched my poems. Sometimes I was like, oh, I'm going to read this. And then someone reads something. You're like, oh, like Prince View always comes with fresh stuff. And like you said, it's such a wide um berth when you get to see it, like, because like you took us on a whole journey and back. Like you brought us out to the edges and brought us back. Like that was like a round trip ticket right there. That was so dope. Um, yeah. So once again, thank you so much for featuring. We have it looks like we got some of your fans showed up too to say what's up. We got JC Rodriguez, I think is in the house, or did they leave? Did they come back? They must have. I see Lobel up in the house too. They your homies there. If if you guys want to spit, Lobel, if you would like to spit, or I think JC. No. Right, okay. I have them tentative for the round one continued. I'll go ahead and post a list. If there's a star by your name, I don't know if you want to read your tentative on list. I think JC's gonna. I'll update it, but yeah, if Alma, if you would like to start us off on the next one, or Lobel, Maddie dipped out for now, but still tentative on list. Any of y'all want to start us off on the round one continued? No, all right. All right, well, Lobel, I hope you come again. And even if you're not performing, could everybody unmute themselves real quick and give a big open minds, open heart, open arms welcome to Lobel, and thank you for showing up to support your boy. Like, oh, what an amazing feature. Thank you for being here. Everybody give it up for Lobel just for coming by.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Coming
Yes.
Lobel.
through.
Thank you.
We
Love
love you,
you.
Lobel.
Woo.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so Alma, would you like to read? You're on the tentative list. All right, yeah, in a minute.
Okay,
Okay.
let me find something. Hold on.
All right. So by the way, Alma is the newest member of the Open Minds family. She will be co-hosting some of our shows, helping us with some of our flyers, like just all around being amazing. It was a blessing truly to meet you, Alma, and I'm so glad that Dre was able to meet you and you was able to link up with the rest of your family and do good stuff. So I really appreciate you. Yeah. So you could, if you could bless us with some
Woo!
words, we'd be really excited.
Okay, I'm going to read you one I posted today. Should I do that one? I'll do that one. I hope you guys enjoy. It's giving a little bit of sacrifice and sacrilege with gothic vibes, because that's what I was feeling like today. Here goes. All right. Amber, es puta, just say it. George Lopez, circa 2015 to 2020. Just know I don't exactly know when he said it, but it lives rent-free in my head. I can be your whore. Maria Brink, 2012. She's a Sagittarius, you know, of course, just fucking crucify me already. Oh, look, mother's calling, ring, ring, ring a roses. Abre los ojos, Penelope Cruz in Abre los ojos, 1997. Ay, mommy, what would you say if someone comes up to you and says, do you want to see my puppy? Yes? No. What about cats? All right. What do you say if someone says, do you want to see my cat? Is it a cat in a hat and fucking meow? Mary, you're fucked. You know that, don't you? Sure I do. I'm a poet. What pet should I get? Also, I'm a sucker for Susie and Spit. Rhyme game, I lived in Springfield for a bit. He was a poet, you know, a master of anapestic tetrameter. I had free entry to the museum on account of residency there. Talk about unfair advantages. He was a frat boy too, wrote for this campus humor magazine, Jack-O-Lantern. Do you like pumpkins? Pumpkin? I like carving them. Climbing mountains? I prefer it to saying good morning, buenos dias, bon dia. Can't you just answer the questions like a normal person? Normal is relative. At your service, sir. To what? Slut! You don't have my eyes? You don't see what I see? George Lopez, circa 2015 to 2020. Jesus Christ. I'm more partial to archangels, actually, to fallen ones, and Michelangelo, to be exact. I have his hands tattooed on my back, the ones from Creation of Adam, circa 1511. Do you watch porn, princess? I prefer to use my imagination. I told you, I'm a poet. And that works for you? Well, it's certainly not hard to climax when you've got images of Christ as a frat boy poet, exorcising demons out of Mary Magdalene, blessed whore, running through your skull. What more could you ask for? Jesus Christ! What? It's sweet, it's bread and wine, and crucifixion is a comfortable bed, a bed of roses. Isn't that what Jesus said? Cristo en la cruz. Oof, that's Poppy energy. I'd start a cult with him too. Oh my God. Isn't that what everyone says when they come? Is he coming? I would say you need Jesus, but you seem to have found him already. Was he missing? Well, we did start this poem quoting a joke about Amber Alerts. Amber, es puta, just say it. George Lopez, circa 2015 to 2020. Fine. Jesus loves you. I know. I'm a poet. Okay, that's poem.
Hey, yo, I love the
Wow.
quotes and like the
Cool.
unconventional rhyme scheme and speed. Like it was like prose and then like rhyming and even like what like that was a mishmash of just style and class and grace and yeah, that was cool. I
You are a
appreciate it.
wizard.
Yeah, that was
Thank
You
you.
are
dope.
a wizard, Alma.
Thank you.
Do you have a second piece
Um,
for us?
Holy shit.
let me see, let me see. I'm gonna keep it in the same attitude because I'm kind of feeling that right now.
Please
Let me see what
do.
I can find. Okay. Oh, here goes. Okay. There's this feeling I love. Desperation. Desesperación. Antonio Banderas de Mariachi in Desperado, 1995, and Salma Hayek in a bookstore. Dueña, Rey. There's this feeling I love. Desesperación. There's this feeling I can't stand, can't seem to bear too long these days. Makes my skin threadbare, feeds on the marrow of my bones, bullet holes. Amor, ametralladora. There's a song playing ring around the roses in my skull. Do you think you're better off alone? I do. I do. I never liked simple words or simple phrases or fine print. Letra menuda, ni menudo, guatita, call it what you want. It's revolting. I don't think I'll ever get the scent of it boiling clean out of my nostrils. I know of an ocean that regurgitates poetry. You think you can just spit up what you like? Word of the dumpster fire father, Spawn, 1997. I do. Bride is to groom as soil is to tomb, an absolute necessity. I've never liked necessities. Needing, I don't need anything, not really anyway. When you really think about it, about the definition of a need, of how relative it is to what you want, to your favorite poems, your favorite poets, the themes that reign there, death, hope, deseo, renacimiento. There are no needs there, only want, tendency, yearning, learning. Ay, papi, yo te quiero mucho. Ay, papi, tú me gustas mucho. Las Chicas del Can, 2002. I had a cassette tape I used to play, dance to, over and over again till the lyrics seared themselves into gray matter. What can I do for you? What do you want from me? Need? Want? Need? I am at your service, sir, madam, multitude. I've heard. We contain multitudes, hordes, rows and rows of corn. Se dice maíz, elote, choclo, mote. Aquí se habla español, en el corazón. Your name is Luna, not Moon. Ana Maria Polo in Caso Cerrado, 2001 to 2019. There's a Mexican border town where I met big, empty, open roads made for desesperación. Tierra de nadie, de desperados, outlaws, for dancing lambadae, for fucking, for dying, honorable deaths, muerte ametralladora, by firing squad, punta talón pistola, and blood, sangre de Dios, red, so red, so red, toda roja, roja, llena de rosas, ametralladoras, bullet holes, the marrow of my bones, a feeling I can't stand for too long, these days, muerte y deseo, punta y talón, sangre roja. There's this feeling I love. Sin. Forgive me, Father. Poem.
Yo, Alma, I am so glad that Dre found you in the universe alive for you to be part of the fam. Yo, I appreciate you. I know my wife does. Look at that smile on my
Holy
wife's
shit,
face.
I'm freaking out over here. Hey.
Everybody unmute yourselves and get all the love you got for Alma Garcia and welcome to her to the Open Minds fam.
I just want to
Oh
say,
my God.
God, I just want to say real quick, I did not expect to hear a Caso Cerrado references at all. So
At
I'm
all
like,
in my whole
Caso
career in politics.
Caso
Cerrado!
Cerrado.
I'm like laughing my ass off at that point. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Oh my God, y'all are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's gonna be cool. Yeah, having you working with the fam, co-hosting, doing flyers and stuff, and just generally just being here around us. We appreciate you for that.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna keep this thing moving. We got the rest of round one. We got Faizan, my wife, my astral children. We got Poetic Desire. We got my brother Atlas in the house. Atlas seen me climb up a mountain and back down the other day, and he was just like, I feel I feel flattered that you would want me the last person to see you alive. Dude, I almost didn't make it. Like it was scary. Yeah, I didn't call my wife. Well, she was down there filming me. You better have caught me if I no. Yeah, make sure y'all are Alma and the Horde on Instagram. Follow Alma. Welcome to the fam. Let's keep this thing rolling with the Dr. Faizan up in the house right here. What you got first, brother? You need a co-host so you can share screen, or you doing just audio? What you got? What you want? What you need?
Oh, no, it's all good. I'm just gonna share a couple of poems.
All right.
But yeah, thanks so much. Okay, I'm just gonna jump in. Yeah, this first piece is called Voluntary Escape. What was left unsaid between lines, between breaths, when we fled from one preoccupation to another rabbit hole? I will guard this one fiercely by cutting away everything and everyone else, including my own body, leaving just me and the game. I must go farther and study the story as it unfolds, giving me inspiration and morsels of dopamine. Oh, that's so cute. I wonder what's his problem? This I wonder why this random NPC can get me and appreciate me or hate me with reluctant admiration without even having to bother to be alive. I push buttons every single day, chasing shadows of fulfillment and blankets of stories I wrap around myself into artificial cocoon. And all the while, all I want is more, more immersion. There's nothing immersive about lackluster reality spent in the same cluttered rooms until years blend together. If I stop, I find myself submerged in my own trauma. The only constant is supposed to be change, and I stare at the screens because they seem to be the only parts of my life that never stop changing.
Mm, mm. I want another one. That was delicious. Can we get more, please, sir?
Okay. Thank you. Um, all right, yeah, I have another one. So, yeah, so my birthday's coming up on Sunday, and I don't know, it's like so I always get like weird different feelings, by the time my birthday rolls around. And yeah, I kind of went back to this piece I had written on a previous birthday, that I guess I just kind of feeling. And that was an interesting birthday, and I guess yeah, you'll hear all about it. So here we go. This is called Punk Phoenix. I lost my keys. Almost got locked out. I lost everything. For the price of priceless crisis, I birthed another alter ego, searching for those jagged edges I can't forge from memory. Locksmith, tease open the gaping hole in my skull. Thick doesn't even begin to cut it. Chop a second set of teeth with lasers so fine they cut through my stupidity. How could I lose my most precious? I overturned my couch and dismantled my bed. My room cleaned and then tattered ashes spoke to me. I found my incomplete spare set of that, but they no longer fit. The locks I so desperately needed to unlock and unload and collapse my body spent, yet I somehow make it back to my hollow of living, having pushed button after button, seeking anonymous kindness or at least just a reaction. Oh dear neighbors, I'm sorry if the ringing awoke you, for I'm screaming inside. I need to find my actual keys. I'm burning at the end of my birthday like a phoenix for some sort of salvation. And after I finally make it home, I search and destroy and systematically grope every nook, memory, and cranny. I think to myself, this is no coincidence. But what does this mean? I can't function without my keys. And my ex-lover from 2 years ago never gave back her set of keys back when she ghosted me after promising forever love. It's no coincidence that on this the anniversary of my arrival on this mortal plane of my deliverance, my first poem written in Wales, my first everything awaiting the soft cradle of my mother's arms, the keys. I had no words then, but the keys. My mother and father who sent me flowers that will wilt and die soon. My keys, oh, my keys for the locks I lost, for the locks I abandoned, for the mouths, the needs. I must feed them. My keys, the spares are crooked. They'll never fit again. No, I need to find all the keys I left scattered like ruin on the paths my souls have blazed. I'm listening to a silence. I'm overturning the emptiness. The glass is half keys and half me, and I shatter it against the wall. I'm fucking done. I scour the cavities and find other things I'd forgotten I lost and I've forgotten I found. I remember nothing but the moment I finally toss all my clothes, every illusion I've ever worn to bear on the bed, reversing every pocket, squeezing out space until I'm worn out, burnt down, baby firebird, climbing back into my eggshell when there, in between the everywhere and the nothing that threatened to swallow me, here, I see them. Finally, my accursed keys. I take them under my wing and decide then and there I want to live without locks, without passwords or a box. I want nothing but absolution, an open mind, and the stillness within. The hardest thing we can ever do is sit, according to the Buddha. My mind, my soul flows ever unknowing, contracting and expanding, and the present and the future are caught in one breath. The fires rain smoke and release hydras whose heads are locks, ever closing upon me. The tentacles of pure thought, the necks begging tick-tock. The hands of the alarm clock are keys unto themselves. Every moment and hour and every eclipse, I am burning moonlight by the gallon. I am white flame star, illuminating all that is close to me. Behind every choice, I want to be your skeleton key. I want to encounter the secret of everything. But all I know is forgiveness and survival when it comes to shadows, for their light controls every boundary. I kept all I know is today. I am kneeling at the altar of tomorrow, praying to find a place without locks or keys, but just basic human trust. Come find me, drowning in all the passwords that have ever been lost, opening every pre-death and pre-dawn responsibility and perception thievery, for they will read past our keys and infer greed and bleed you dry, questioning your competency. But there's nothing more worthwhile nor difficult than it is to learn anew and start over again. Keys, typing, swipe, being erased until our legacy is a string of complex histories effaced. Open your mouth. There is no key but swallowing pity and despair, mistaken for air. There's no lock you haven't programmed to prophecy designed to fail you. Breathe away the days spent. Breathe. Feed me oxygen and the key of the phoenix, casting light with poetry for feathers. It's time I took flight. So please, keys, let go of me.
Could anyone whose mind's still intact and not exploded from that piece unmute yourselves and give it up for Dr. Faizan?
Oh my God, dude. So I'm speechless. Oh, sound. Fuck.
Words, sounds, noises.
It made me
He's
feel
on that
so
shit.
much,
Yeah.
so fast, so thoroughly. Oh, holy shit, Faizan.
Yeah, fire.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here. So coming up next, we have KataLyst, KataLyst, KataLyst.
Pronounced cat A-list.
Oh, Cat A-list, the A-list of the cats. I always seem to score purrs for my furry kids. Yeah, wife, you mind if you could bless us with some poetry? I'll greatly appreciate it.
I don't know if I call it poetry, but it's definitely words.
Well,
I've got
bless
a
us with
few
some
of my
words then.
notes, that I haven't finished, but that's what I got. So here you go. Gratitude is a great attitude toward the titans of time. Tested and true, our path is winding. We remain vigilantes for the villages that can't foot the bill. Shedding blood, tears, and years of life spent creating new bedding for you. Awaken into truth, awareness can move. That one's not done yet, but I'm just going to read a bunch of little guys. Okay. An acknowledgement to all of the knowledge that was meant to keep me on a ledge. The now that led me to the edge of actual knowledge, and the lead that holds the edge upon the now. Now I know that a letter K can make the now into knowing, and that I cannot not my now without not knowing first the how of how to not. A psycho, maybe not. Maybe just a psycho not. Here's a thought, and 3 more. I've got 43 drawers full of them, storing them for when the time breaks and walls shake and I need to stake a claim in this human race. Matter of fact, give it back. I feel whack now. My stack is off by 4 and the floor is shaking. Why do you take these from me? Who are you working for? I want to tear you open, see what microchips lie inside you that I'm blind to. Okay, wait, what? Slow down. Bring it back to the now. There it is, the ever-present gift of time and knowing, and now is all there is. Don't second guess it. Don't even take my advice. Just look and see into your own life and see.
I see all of my poems in there.
You sneaking in? All right, cool. Okay, this one's called Twinkle Toes. I don't name my poems very often. I think that's why. I like the night because that's when everything sleeps and my mind gets to creep around soundly, safely traveling the sound waves of silence and sinking into the secrets of night. Thoughts take flight as others travel back to where we really are, the reality far away from where this is only a game. Meanwhile, while I'm mean and lean on ready to glean, you see dreams. I twist and turn and wiggle each burning idea to furnace an ace of ferns. Tickle and swim, wriggle and trim away memories of broken moments, sewing into their place a deep-seated grace that will allow them to forever swim. Not your kin, but still kind. I walk a long time, twinkling tidbits of peace upon deceased, defragmenting segments of disease. I'll go with one more. I wrote this one, I think, with Whisper Poet in mind, because she was all barefoot vibes the other day. I walk barefoot freely because I have learned how to pick up broken glass. It starts by moving your ears 4 feet vertically down and listen with the soles of your soul. Show me what song soul has spun for my pause. I pause when cause caused me to sow ahead a new path, avoiding a 2-foot trap. Cat tactics. She's in all us already, no need to call. Just listen to the barefoot dance of broken glass paths that want to make you bleed for lacking the heat of cause. Crows line the rows of the damned, delicately demanding another morsel of flesh because you didn't pass the test of trusting the foundations you've donated your lives and loved ones into by accident. It's always happening, but happiness can be addressed to your box at any time. The choice is yours because the choice is mine. Do it for the blind, for those who feel left behind by unkind findings in the spine, for the feeling of safety and knowing it's okay to unwind and walk barefoot freely. That's all I got for you today.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, KataLyst.
Ooh, that was so amazing. That's so beautiful. I love listening to your voice. Thank you so much, KataLyst.
Thanks, guys. I love you all.
The flow on those, the flow. I loved it.
Ah, here I am. Yeah. So I'm not really the poet of the household, as you can see. Um, Much greater writer than I am. I got so much love and admiration for her, and I'm so glad that she's my soulmate. And I'm looking forward to spending every day of the rest of our lives with that. And I got my Astro children. I see Boo over there with a book. Just hit a little bit. Oh, and Astro over there. That's our spiritual children, our non-biological energy children. I don't know how to describe it. Just yeah. If y'all could bless us with some words, we would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, so it's only going to be me saying the poem this time, but I'll tell you the name of it at the end because it kind of correlates. And so here we go. The complexity of my mind has no context at this time, with my thoughts flying high in the atmosphere. Oh, wait. With my thoughts flying high in the space-time continuum, in the universe I flourish and the stars have nourished me. I see trees and mountains reaching into the atmosphere. It's so clear to me. Nature is beautiful. What a thing to behold, so gentle and untold. Mysteries laying beneath. I grit my teeth and push through the timeline, seeing many before and after me. I'm tripping. And this hallucinogenic drug called acid, I float through the atmospheric pressure of space. My bones compress and break. I've unlocked too much. It eases my mind. One step at a time, I close my eyes, I breathe. No sound, no people, so calming, just me, tripping.
Yo, I love that. Is that all y'all got for us tonight?
That's all I got.
Yo, that was so dope. That was worth 4 poems crammed into one. Stay inspired. We love you so much. Everybody, unmute yourself and give it up for Boo.
Woohoo! Yeah.
I'm your number one fan. I'm your number one fan.
Thank you so much.
We love both y'all so much. Yeah, thank you. All the hearts to you. Coming up next, we got Easter Poetic Desire, and I believe you got a feature coming up, a double feature. Junior Mans. Let me just double check the dates so I don't fuck this up. That is on
June or July. It's like a June 5th or July 5th, I think.
it's July 5th because I'm
July.
looking and I don't know. Okay, there, yeah, July 5th. Yeah, July 5th. Yeah, like 2 months or so. Yeah, so excited for that. If you could bless us with some words, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Poetik.
Sure. So of course, National Poetry Month, I've been on a writing frenzy, so let's see which one of those to pick. I got GodsChild in the background over here. All right.
I see you.
So this one, a couple prompts thrown into it, but the main one, basically each stanza is a different time of day. So this one's called Revelations Ripple Through the Day. In the darkest hours, just before sunrise, I toss and turn in restless zombied sleep, peeling back covers of dreams and nightmares, curious if into reality these scenes may seep. The tapestry of skylights cracked dawn manifests glorious hues, blending beautiful pinks and purples before turning blue as an early bird worming to welcome streaks of new day's promises I'm alive with bits of hope strung upon the rising sun goddess. Rising rays from below the mysterious deep sea horizon, peak unveilings through darkened curtains of slumbering illusions. With its radiant warmth, the sun kissed me hello. I'm basking in salutations of its fortuitous glow. Morning dew mists soon evaporate come daybreak. Signs of refreshing possibility soon to be lost in its wake. As I begin to get dressed, stay alert with some coffee, ready to tackle traffic the workday, mired in mediocrity. Constantly peering out the office window which displays a vibrant world taunting scenic views of nature's matinees. With fluffy clouds making love with stormy intentions, I wonder how to weather the day's misfortunes. High noon soon approaches rapidly with starving sensations, the lunchtime hour for a showdown with fast food flirtations. Broad daylight shines its brightest in this high-peaked atmosphere. A confrontation with midday sleepiness is what I soon fear. Like clockwork, the workday is soon to be done, unfocused with distractions of delightful daydreams spun. Looking forward to relaxations home sweet home shall bring, work shall not play hitchhiker until tomorrow, to it I sing. I hop in my car, hastily make my way home, but soon slow down to admire a gold-dusted sky gemstone. The golden hour blankets the world in sunset serenity, an exquisitely picturesque moment to snap captured imageries. Then by the twilight lamplight of dinner time's gathering, family speaks of the day's happenings and speculated ratherings. I soon fall into a nightcap to inebriate my senses. A delirious calm washes over me to stupefy my stresses. Then as nightfall drapes the world, our eyelids it gropes, I borrowed the moonlight's flashlight, a cratered kaleidoscope, to escape unknown surroundings against a blackout palette, opening my eyes in wonderment of the evening's silhouetted puppets. Sandman tiptoes ready to hypnotize this night owl. Insomniac in the dead of night, like a wolf to the moon, I howl. Scampering into the woods, running wild with thoughts to debunk, carving out inscriptions of poetry barked upon timbered trunks. Burning the midnight oil, haunted by phantasms of the witching hour, spellbound premonitions cast at a time ripe with inspiration's wild flower. Star-kissed hands pen celestial worlds of starry night visions, a love carved from the stars of luminescent revelations. Rippling contemplations beg to reset the clocks, alarming adventures snoozed until the talking meets the walk. For once in a blue moon, epiphanies of Eureka shall strike, reflections of a life fully lived within one day's exploratory hike. End poem.
That was freaking
Wow,
genius. Oh my
beautiful,
God. I
beautiful.
had to say something.
Thank
Sorry.
The Godchild over there too. He loved it too. What? If you want to
Yeah.
jump on the mic after Easter and drop a
Share
short one,
something?
we'd be cool with it too.
I think you might want to share something. You want to share? Do you want to share something? Pull something up? Oh, okay. He's gonna log in and do his own on his own thing later. You'll see him hop on.
I bet. Yeah, you got one more for it.
Sure, I can do one more.
And then
Let's see.
we'll let Atlas read, and then hopefully by then Godchild up in the house ready for it, and then we'll continue on around two.
Yeah, I'll do this one or okay, we'll go a little silly. We'll do a silly one. So this one you had to write a persona poem from the perspective of a literary villain who's justifying their actions. This is a little tricky. Okay, we'll see if you can figure it out by the end of the poem. I have an eye for a bargain. After all, you can't get something for nothing, you know? So I'm just trying to make a deal, a fair trade. The cost of your wrongful accusations for the price I paid, confined to banishment, to see you suffer like I did all these years, exiled from enjoying lavish spoils of fantastical feasts, while you have yet another party, my invitation conveniently lost, sitting here in oblivion of solitude forgotten by all, until a poor, unfortunate soul gives me a call. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole, I've been a saint. Helping the helpless merfolk grant their desires. Is it my fault they couldn't hold up their end of the bargain? The contract is legal, binding, and completely unbreakable. Life's full of tough choices, isn't it? But they signed it of their own free-willed desperation, damnation. I'm just giving wish seekers what they want. The boss is on a roll. I have these magical powers to conjure what others stole. I'm just giving them back a bit of control until I can find how to win back mine with all this so-called power I'm sought out for. Ambitious, greedy sea witch they call me, degradingly demoralized, demoted, deplored. Then shouldn't I be the ruler of this ocean and all its spoils? You all fear me. Isn't that the definition of power and control? Fear rules the masses to be obedient. You strip me of my power, yet here the king's lovesick little girl cowers. She's the key to proving my point to usurp the throne, to arch these tentacles of mine to reclaim my backbone. Vengeance shall be mine when she drinks of this spellbound wine. Her voice, the token payment for her land-laked freedom. For a woman doesn't know how precious her voice is until she's been silenced. She'll soon learn. I'm here to teach her that lesson. And in return, the king will sacrifice his crowning trident to rescue his naive daughter from living amongst land dwellers, forsake her to the sea, confined in her cavern's shelter. My revenge now extracted. This woman's scorned wrath enacted. Things are working out according to my ultimate design. Soon, this ocean empire shall be mine. They thought they could banish my existence. They thought they could silence my persistence. But I'm here to prove them wickedly wrong. You poor, unfortunate souls, the ocean kingdom is now my cauldron, and with this lightning-infused trident in my possession, you all will hear me now.
Ursula from The Little Mermaid. So dope.
And yes.
Yeah, that was the Little Mermaid.
Andanasi. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Easter Poetic Desire.
Ow, ow. You're so smart. I love it.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. So I was like, I gotta go with that one. I don't know what else to pick, so I did that one. Why not?
It was dope. You did it justice for sure. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And looking forward to July 5th. There it is, July. I ran out of pages. Coming up next on the mic, we got my brother Atlas. I went billy goating up a mountain the other day. We went by this over this like really sketchy bridge near this river and seen this big rock thing, but it was wet. And so I only made it like halfway up, and I was like, I want to come back when it's dry. So we were driving, and it was a real hot day. It was dry. I was like, all right, let's do this. So I get up on this mountain, and I get a hold of Atlas, and I chatted it up with him for a minute, and he goes, I appreciate that that you wanted me to be the last person to see you alive. There was a few spots where it got pretty sketchy. I'll tell you that. But yeah, if y'all don't know what Atlas is doing, y'all need to check out the link tree. I believe is linktr.ee/Atlas Collective. Drop links when you can. I'll do it for you if you just want to go into reading. But I really want to boost up what you're doing because I feel like our goals are aligned in so many ways, and I'm excited for our paths to cross and to really start contributing to the different. There you go, right there. Start contributing to the different things that you're doing to make this world a better place. I was just joking earlier because it looks like you're like sitting on the side of, a cafe or something. There's people walking by, and I go, Alex, the type of guy, he'll sit there and just put on an open mic and then just walk away. And as people are walking by, they're listening to it, and maybe it's not like you did it for with Faizan was spitting. You like got up for a minute, why? And like I seen these people kind of walking by, and they like stopped and they were kind of listening a bit to Faizan, right? It was an interesting thing for sure. Yeah, Alice, if you could tell us about what you're doing right now, where you're at, and if you can bless us with some creative words, commentary, whatever you got, I'd appreciate it, brother.
I am trying to be a supportive member of a writing group. So some of these people, they only write on Fridays. It's actually called Shut Up and Write. I write all the time because I don't really have a choice. I can't schedule my thoughts. I'm usually held ransom by them. So I come out on Friday to try and just basically encourage people with the various things that I'm doing, but more so just to be a listening ear and a sounding board for the various projects they're working on. Yep. In the last 2 days, I've been organizing more of my things for that Compassion Counts project. I'm on my phone. but yeah, I can go ahead and send the document as well. Yeah, I don't know how to. It's in my drive. Anyway, I'll find it. I'll find a way to get it to you guys. It sucks when I jumped on here. There was like 17 people. I'm grateful for everyone who is here, but yeah, I
It's hit or
only because the
miss, man.
people.
Sometimes we get lower numbers. Sometimes I kind of like the lower numbers because then we all get a chance to run around. You know what I mean? We can get. It's
Yeah,
only it's been 2 hours and you're the last reader of round one. Usually it takes like 3 hours for round one, four
and then
hours,
and then
especially
I
on
checked my.
replays.
I have a spreadsheet and I checked it. I don't know that I've shared this piece before. It's called Someone Else. You've got a pretty good memory. Have I shared someone else here?
I don't recall from the title.
Okay, so
Um,
I have a tattoo on my arm
someone
that
else.
says Someone Else.
And is the
I
key
remember that
correlated with
piece.
it? Is the key
Uh,
correlated to it? Like it's
the key, yeah, the
someone
key is
else's
actually my
key?
logo. The key is my
Okay.
logo. So the blade of the key has a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
The key itself has like roots of a tree. The top of the key has a Japanese symbol called the Mitsu Tomoe, which represents mind, body, and spirit. So the entirety is about putting the pieces together, having a key to sort of unlock various parts within your mind, various opportunities within the world. The roots are to basically stay rooted because the higher you want to reach, the deeper you need to embed yourself. And so that way you can't be shaken or pulled by others. And the Mitsu Tomoe is about representing that, like, a lot of times, intellectually, we say the smartest thing to do is this. Physically, we say the safest thing to do is this. And then emotionally, right? We say, like, I'm the least likely to be hurt by this. You get what I'm saying? So the idea is, what if all of us is in everything we do instead of constantly being in a standstill with an internal conflict? So that's what I have tattooed on my arm.
Bet. You think one day I could be someone?
Well, I I didn't tell them to, but there are two other people so far on the planet that have this key tattooed on their body because
Oh,
they feel, I'm not taking credit, but they feel that the impact that I've had in their life is the reason why they're still here today. They're either suicide survivors or just no longer see that as an option and find it encouraging that I'm still here fighting the good fight. So they have this tattooed on them too.
I think I might be due for a key then, because you certainly made my life better and gave me more hope in this world, knowing that people like you are out there and exist.
If I was on the computer, I would send an image. Yeah, there was a documentary filmed about the projects that I do, and they showed up to the I don't know, the opening of it with the tattoos on them. One right here on their heart, and one right here over here. One said because I always have their back, and one said because I'm always on their heart.
Beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful.
So yeah.
I would
So
get it behind my ear, right here.
Because you're
So
whispering
I
in
always
their
get good
ear to make it,
advice.
yeah, get good advice.
should you choose to, I will send you a nice clean PNG version of it that you can shrink and expand as you see fit. You guys ready for the thing? The whole why I have someone else tattooed on me?
Yeah, do the thing, man. Say the thing.
Okay. Oh, we're losing people like crazy. We're at
I think
9,
that
now we're
was
at
my that was
7.
just my mom. It's late for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All
mama's
right.
bedtime.
No problem. Just know that next time when there's a larger audience, I'm going to share this piece again, especially now that I
That's
realize I haven't
fine. I
shared it
want
with
to
you
hear it a
guys.
million times. Yeah, I want to hear it a million times. I love you.
All right. It's heavy. Here we go. Okay. Can you guys hear me pretty well? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. All right. Have you ever wanted to be someone else? Someone younger, smarter, thinner, wealthier, more influential, or in my case, just taller. I'm 5'7". That's kind of short for a guy. But in truth, I have thought far too often and far too long about the idea of being someone else. And in the most difficult times of my life, I have wanted to be anyone else, anyone other than me. But I suffer the same dilemma that many of you do. I think I grew up with all these inspirational posters and calendars and coffee table quote books, all of them telling me to be yourself, right? Be to thine own self, be true, be yourself, everyone else is taken, blah, 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 blah. I don't always necessarily like me. And in these times when I'm really stressing out and looking to people I care for advice, them telling me to just be myself is probably the most difficult thing they could ask of me, because I don't necessarily like me. You guys are moving all over the place while I'm sure I share this. It's very distracting. I have gallery mode on, so I see all of you. Because I'm not egotistic. I don't stare at myself when I'm on these things. That'd be weird. Okay. I don't get it. Should I keep going or what's going on here?
Keep going.
Oh my
You're
God.
making us dance. You're making us happy.
I just came out first.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if I always necessarily like myself. And you know what's so crazy? I know it's hard to believe, but there are other people in my past who didn't necessarily like me either. Just see X's for that section. But I don't necessarily like myself because there's habits that I promised I would break and haven't. Clothes I wear that aren't necessarily fitting or flattering to myself. There's items I keep in my home that provide more clutter than peace. And there are lies that I have told, the most dangerous, to myself. But I wanted so desperately to like myself. And if I'm being completely honest, I think we're all guilty of this. The more we're liked by others, the easier it is to like who we are. And while we should not look for our own value in the currency held in other people's hands, sadly, that's the world many of us find ourselves living in. So I wanted to figure out who could I be and what could I do that make me more liked by others. And I realized we're obsessed with superheroes. At any given moment, in any given time, there's a cluster of TV shows and movies, whether in theaters or on various streaming sites, all obsessing over superheroes. The idea of someone with incredible strength or speed or the ability to flight, that kind of person coming to our rescue. Realize we're so obsessed with the idea of heroes because we're constantly looking for someone else to save us. And I thought, well, if I don't have superior strength or speed or the power of flight or some superhuman ability, how can I possibly save someone else? And then I realized we've all been in a situation. It's 8:45, and for some of us, we're on a 9 to 5 grind. We drive on the highway, but on this particularly unfortunate morning, there's a car just in front of us who, through no fault of their own, hit some road debris and boom, tire explodes. They're sent careening uncontrollably into the concrete barricade, and smoke starts to rise from the hood of their car. And there we are. The first thing we think is, I should stop. I should help. I should offer some assistance. I should call. I should call for an ambulance. I should call for help. But then this other part of our brain comes in and says, I'm sure someone else is going to help. I'm sure someone else is going to call for an ambulance or the police. I'm sure the person in the car is on the phone calling someone else to come to their help. And so we drive away. When we assume someone else will, no one else does. It's this psychological phenomenon called the bystander effect. And essentially, the more people that are around to see something horrible happen, the less likely anyone is to do something about it. Now, you might think, well, that wouldn't be me. Either A, I don't drive. B, I keep up to date with my vehicle. I use mass transit. I would never find myself in that situation. Maybe not that particular one, but finding yourself in a situation where you feel disoriented, confused, afraid, alone, hoping for someone else to reach out, for someone else to help. Well, we've all experienced that far more than one time a day, I'm sure. You see, we're always waiting for someone else. We're always waiting for someone else. In our relationships, we say, if I was with someone else, I would feel loved and appreciated. At work, we say, if I worked for someone else, I would feel acknowledged and properly compensated. Politically, we say, I'm sure someone else will fix what's been broken. I'm sure someone else will right what's been wrong. We're always waiting for someone else. And if you've learned anything, the real change that matters is not the change that happens outside of you. What lasts, what makes a real impact, is the change that happens inside. We're constantly, desperately waiting for someone else. Someone else to tell us that someone else understands. Someone else to tell us that someone else has been there, is going through it, is coming from it. We're always waiting, hoping, needing someone else. Never realizing that someone else is you. So if you ever find yourself disoriented, afraid, confused, if you ever find yourself in the same situation I've been, where you don't necessarily want to be you in that particular moment, you know what you could be? You could be someone else. Because the world always needs you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, brother, for everything you're doing. Everybody, if you could just unmute yourselves and give all the love you got
Stand up for
to my
that
brother
one.
Atlas.
I
Yes.
was thinking we should make a movie so you can narrate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'd make an amazing video poem for
Poetry
sure.
from the internet. Random
I
internet
love it.
poetry, and then it'd just be Atlas narrating it all.
I'll be like Morgan Freeman, except with like less chocolate chips on my face and more attractive.
Oh my God, I was thinking Morgan Freeman. That's amazing that you channeled that without me even saying it. Yay.
We on the same page, dude? So we doing this? Okay, we doing this.
Stop it.
But yo,
So that's why I have this tattooed on my arm and why I have it right-handed, because most of my tattoos, I live in a professional world and I didn't want to ever have any tattoos that were visible. My whole upper body is tattooed, but when I wear a regular shirt, no one can see. My friends
have to pass the
insisted that I
sleeves.
get someone else tattooed on my right arm because I'm right-handed. So when I'm feeding someone who's hungry, when I'm helping someone up who's fallen from the ground, they will know. They don't need to know my name, my past, my future, but they need to know that it is in that moment the person who showed up to help them is exactly who they were expecting and who they were hoping to see. Someone else. That's
That's
me.
really profound, man.
Oh my God,
I
you're so beautiful it hurts. What the fuck? Go find a cloning machine. Hurry up.
I
We need
feel that
1,000
because
more
like I've
Atlases.
literally saved people with my bare hands before, pulling them out of the ocean or wrecked cars, or from being stabbed and jumped and bleeding out. Like, so I get that. Like when somebody's in that, I always say, it's the wrong place, wrong time for them, but it was the right place, right time for me, and I was
Yeah.
able to step in and do what needed to be done to help save them from that situation. So I really respect and admire that, and I admire
So
that
guys,
about you because that's just the Atlas spirit. Like,
yeah. I mean it's a lifelong commitment at this point. And just to
no
put it
going
out
back
there
now.
in case you guys have a chance or my dream is to get to an audience as large as possible and to share that piece someone else, and if the time allows, to share the nothing speech. I
I
would
love
die a
that
happy
nothing
man.
one. Holy fuck, dude. That nothing one is insane. If y'all haven't heard Atlas's Nothing, go to the Open Minds YouTube channel and I made a whole new playlist. I was like, poems that the world needs to hear. And I think like that, I think it's just that nothing piece and maybe one more because I was just like, it blew my mind. And I was like, everybody needs, that was the most beautiful poem about nothing. And it reminds me actually of the Nemo cover that I did, that Nobody and Somebody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so my dream is to, I mean, whether it's a TED Talk or whatever, any large audience possible, I would love to share those two pieces with hundreds of people. And I think that if I did that, without question, my day and my life from that point on, there's no way it can ever be the same, because I think there would be enough people that resonated with, where they're like, you need to talk to my church, you need to talk to my company. Yeah, if I can just get to a good large audience just one time, I think at that point in time I wouldn't have to continue doing this with the spare time, energy, and resources I have left after giving my time to other people for compensation. I would love nothing more than to share and to be truly who I am and to do what I feel I'm intended here to do. So if you guys ever come across anything, please, all of my contact information is found through that link, and I would love to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, we have something on the back burner that may garner us tens of millions of views that we're working on. So yeah, we're gonna try to get you out there to as many people as possible, for sure.
I've
We want
just
to make
learned
sure
as
that
of
you
late,
understand.
it's important to vocalize and to ask. And as someone who is detrimentally independent, I'm learning now to be vulnerable, to be vocal, and to be willing to ask the universe and those within it for help. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. And it's hard to do that too, to be vulnerable enough to ask for help, not only just from somebody else, but from the universe, from, whatever you believe in. Just help. I need help. I got a message I want to get up. I need help. So thank you so much for coming through and spreading that message, Atlas. We love you so much, man. Um, yo, Easter is God's Child gonna finish off round one? Is he sleeping? Let's just listen to him snore. I'm sure it's poetic.
Yes, I think he
I got to
wants
go
to
back
read.
into the writing group, guys. I'm so sorry.
All right,
Have a
yeah,
wonderful
man.
night. And again,
It
reach out if you know of any opportunities. Thank you
will
so
do,
much.
man. Stay
Bye
inspired,
bye.
bro. Inspire more. We love you.
Bye.
What do you want to share? He's thinking what to share.
Oh, okay. Can we give him a word prompt or an idea? He could pull something up.
You want to riff off the top? You want no?
I know he got what he wanted.
What have
He
you
knows
not
what he
shared
wants.
yet? This is drink one already.
What's going on, y'all? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Good morning. You got some poetry for us?
Man, I've been running around. I got my erotic poetry night tomorrow night.
Oh shit. It's about to
Yeah.
get humid up in that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. I've been blamed for children.
Yo, that haiku
And I'm
had me
not
that one
joking.
day too. You
You
was
know,
like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." He was like, "You sure? Are you ready?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And then you
man,
read it. It's
look,
just a haiku. And I was like, "I wasn't ready, bro." Like, I think I got pregnant that night.
yo, I'm not joking. Like, really, people have been like, "This your godchild." You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no, the
that's your
name is
godchild. Yeah,
godchild.
yeah, it's your
The name
godchild
is
because
godchild. I'm not the father.
you
You know
have
what I'm saying?
invoked plenty of children amongst the way.
Fuck out of here. Um, all right. Yeah, I'll do this. Um, I was uh I was an MC first. You know, I been rhyming since I was 9 years old. And I remember battle rapping in my elementary school.
You was battle
And
rapping
with
in
the
elementary school?
yes, I
I
was.
think the first time I battle rap was in sixth grade, which is middle
Yeah,
school.
I
Like
was
I
in
was,
elementary.
oh,
I
you
was in
okay?
elementary. And it was this this dude, I was already doing my thing, you know, in the scene. And this dude, like, you know, it was something on a post or something like that on Facebook. And it was crazy because I was like, you know, he said something real spicy. You know what I mean? I'm an MC, so I'm like, are you being funny? You know, or are you, you know, you trying to quote me? Because he quoted one of my rhymes and tried to use it against me. Exactly. So I was like, yo, are you quoting me or being funny? He was like, both. So
Them's fighting words right
I
there, bro.
I did something I ain't done in a while. So this is it. His name was Sense. That was his name. And man, past that, man, past that. What you doing?
Damn, he don't
Fuck,
seem like
fuck
he had much
past. What you
sense.
doing?
Oh, here you go.
No, his name was Sense. And I named this joint I did called Senseless. Don't provoke a ram animal. They could attach his lower mandible and eat you whole like eat my own. Call me a cannibal. Call you intangible. Can't feel your rhyme jargon. And I'm your sergeant screaming on your ass in front of the squadron. I'm flame retarded. You just retarded for what you started. I'ma throw your ass a bone. Cause even states get thrown in the garbage. I'ma beat you unconscious with my conscience, leaving with content. And to be honest, you ain't even worth being a target. With your head in your own ass like a sadomasochist ostrich, I'm a starving artist ready to feed on your carcass. Make them MC sausage with some fava beans and some parsnips with a nice Chianti. Hannibal lecture, doing eulogy. This is assisted suicide with a necessary cruelty, which is tomfoolery. I'ma cut off your right hand in the middle of your sentence and smack you with it, then compliment. Second
Yo,
verse. It all started with a post. He used one of my quotes. I was like, yo, you quote me as being funny. He said both. I was like, oh. He didn't know or didn't notice. I be toting a magnum opus with a marksman focus. I'ma feed you notebooks to make you choke on your own words. Ironic, ain't it? Only give you what you deserve until you faint it. I'ma make you famous until you nameless. I can kill an ant with an atom bomb to overkill the overrated. Yeah, that's all I got.
hey,
I
that
ain't
shit
spit that
was
rhyme in a
dope, dude.
while.
Hey, that shit was
But yo,
dope
I
though. What that
recorded
one
it
fucking line too, yo, that shit was sick with it, bro. Hey.
because and the funny part is, I recorded it and I didn't do nothing with it until he started talking shit.
And then you're like,
And then I
oh,
sent
like
it,
as soon as it started, like 30 seconds later, boom, got the verse recorded and everything on his
yo, I sent it to everybody after that. I went to the studio, recorded that joint. That joint was on my album, which I got a few albums. You know what I'm saying? Like I recorded
Yeah.
that on the
Hey,
album.
drop all the links too for the people in here that don't know. GodsChild got a couple albums released, and as you could just hear from that last little battle rap, that motherfucker killing this shit.
Yo, he stopped. Yo, he stopped rhyming after that.
He's like, I give up.
I'm not lying to you. He stopped
Yeah, I
rhyming
give
after
up.
that.
I give
He did a
up.
post. He did a post about
Uh,
yeah, I'm gonna stop doing poetry, and people liked
bet, bet. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end up round one now. Stop the recording, and we'll continue on to round two. And like it, it's always last poet standing up in this room on Friday night. So, thanks y'all for. Oh, and Dre, oh, I knocked him out the list. My bad. Hey, thanks y'all for watching. If you're watching this, and if you live, thank y'all. Stay here. We're gonna end the recording. If y'all want to say goodbye to everybody and just say what an amazing night it's been.
it.
A night to remember. Woo!
Good night.
Yeah, good night, internet. We love
Woo!
you.
Good night.
Should have been here.